If you're in your 20s in 2026, you're being lied to about money. Not by scammers, by people who genuinely mean well. Friends, family, even most financial advice online. And the problem isn't bad advice, it's incomplete advice. Because these lies don't show up as obvious mistakes, they show up as small decisions that feel harmless at 23, but quietly cost you years by 33. If you avoid even one of the mistakes in this video, you'll be ahead of most people your age by the time you hit 30. So let's break down the 5 biggest money mistakes I see people make in their 20s. Not theory, not textbook rules, but real patterns that stall progress over and over. And more importantly, exactly how to avoid them. Let's start with the one that causes the most damage. Mistake number 1, letting lifestyle grow with income. Here's how it usually goes. You land your first real job at $45,000 a year. You upgrade your apartment. You finance a nicer car. You eat out more because you can afford it now. 2 years later, you're making $60,000, and somehow you still feel broke. Not because you don't earn enough, but because every raise went straight to lifestyle. Here's the real cost. If you're 24 making $50,000, saving 5% is about $2,500 per year, roughly $137,000 by age 35. Saving 20% is $10,000 per year, roughly $548,000 by age 35. That's a $411,000 difference, created purely by lifestyle choices. The rule that fixes this: lock your lifestyle at your first job's income level. Every raise after that, split it. 50% to saving or investing, 50% to lifestyle upgrades. You still enjoy progress without trapping yourself. At 25, discipline feels restrictive. At 35, it feels like freedom. And when lifestyle eats every raise, it sets you up for the next mistake. Mistake number 2, waiting to invest until you know more. This delay is brutally expensive. I'll start investing once I understand the market. I need to research more first. I'll start when I have more money. Meanwhile, every year you wait permanently reduces what compounding can do. The math is unforgiving. $300 per month starting at 23 yields about $878,000 by 65. $300 per month starting at 33 yields about $375,000 by 65. Waiting 10 years costs you over $500,000. You don't need to be an expert. You need to be consistent. How to avoid it? Open a Roth IRA or brokerage account. Automate $100 to $500 per month into a simple index fund. Increase it as your income grows. You learn investing by participating, not by researching forever. Mistake number 3, optimizing spending instead of income. Your 20s are your highest energy, highest upside decade, and most people waste it optimizing the wrong things. They compare credit cards for 2% cashback. They chase sign-up bonuses. They obsess over cutting small expenses, all while ignoring the fact that a $10,000 raise would make all of that irrelevant. Here's the imbalance. 10 hours optimizing spending might save $200 a year. 10 hours learning a valuable skill could add $5,000 to $20,000 per year. That's not even close. Most people over-optimize stability and under-optimize growth. How to avoid it? Stop obsessing over small expenses. Focus on income leverage. Save money on the big 3: housing, transportation, food. Ignore the rest. A $15 coffee doesn't matter if you're underpaid by $15,000. And when you're underpaid, the next mistake becomes much easier to fall into. Mistake number 4, using debt for lifestyle instead of leverage. Debt isn't automatically bad, but in your 20s, it's usually used the wrong way. People finance cars they don't need, furniture for apartments they're renting, vacations on credit cards, and then wonder why they feel stuck. Debt removes optionality. $20,000 of lifestyle debt at 18% interest costs about $3,600 per year, money that can't be saved, invested, or used to take risks. The rule: only use debt for things that either increase your income, reduce your future costs. Good debt: education tied to higher pay, reliable transportation for work, business investments with clear ROI, bad debt, new cars to impress people, temporary lifestyle upgrades, experiences you're still paying for years later. In your 20s, debt should buy leverage, not comfort. Mistake number 5, waiting to figure it out before starting. This one is quiet and extremely costly. I'll get serious about money in my 30s. Right now, I'm just figuring things out. I have time. You do have time, but time is most powerful early. $5,000 invested at 25 becomes roughly $160,000 by 65. The same $5,000 invested at 35 becomes about $74,000. Same money, same effort. Half the result, just because of timing. How to avoid it? You don't need clarity. You need momentum. Pick one. Save $500 per month. Invest $200 per month. Learn one high-income skill. Automate your finances. Do it consistently for a year. Then stack the next habit. Progress compounds. Waiting doesn't. What your 20s are actually for. Your 20s aren't about getting rich. They're about building margin. Margin in your finances. Margin in your skills. Margin in your choices. Most people optimize for comfort early and scramble later. The people who win do the opposite. They build structure early and enjoy flexibility later. Avoid these 5 mistakes, and you don't need perfect decisions. You just need fewer bad ones. Final thought, new ending. Here's the real risk no one warns you about in your 20s. It's not failing, it's drifting. Drifting into expenses you didn't choose. Drifting into debt that limits your options. Drifting into later, until later becomes expensive. You don't need urgency, you need direction. And direction comes from starting, imperfectly, earlier than feels comfortable. If this gave you clarity instead of hype, that's intentional. Clarity compounds. And if you want more money frameworks built for real life, not overnight success, you know where to find me. Which of these mistakes hit closest for you?